The Department of Public Safety is preparing for Labor Day, encouraging people to drive safe while traveling this weekend. Beginning today, you're going to see more troopers out there on the roadways as they increase enforcement. So what will they be looking out for? Well, people not wearing seatbelts, distracted driving, and intoxicated drivers.
It's zero tolerance. If you're behind the wheel of a motor vehicle operating it and you've been drinking and driving, yeah, you're going to be arrested and you're going to go to jail.
Last Labor Day weekend, DPS troopers issued more than 102,000 citations and warnings and arrested nearly 500 people for DWI, had just over 350 fugitive arrests and around 350 felony arrests. So just a reminder to buckle up, monitor weather and maintenance your car, of course, before you hit the road. Eliminate distractions, pull over if you're tired, and as always, don't drink and drive. And there are some advisories that you need to know before hitting the beach this weekend. Due to high tide, the access road to Whitecap Beach will only be one way from Whitecap Boulevard. Vehicles will be allowed to enter Whitecap Beach from Whitecap Boulevard, but must exit using access roads 4 or 5. City officials say overnight camping on Whitecap Beach is not allowed. The city of Corpus Christi says our area beaches will remain open for Labor Day weekend. Gulf beaches will remain accessible by vehicles starting tomorrow through Monday, but the city does ask that visitors follow the current CDC recommendations like social distancing, keeping groups to 10 or less, and wearing a mask.